Welcome to my channel, ladies. B.O.G Within Moments with me, Kathy Carswell. Now today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. This episode is going to be all about why did I decide to do Bringing Out the God Within. And so on today I'm going to share a little bit of things with you. So first, I would like to say that I am married. I have a husband who now is disabled, and I have a daughter who's 18, and we live here in Georgia. You know, over periods of time, I've been through several things in my life. I didn't always appreciate the things that were going on, but later on in life, I found out that, hey, those were great moments. And so one of the first things that I went through was being adopted. And me being adopted, it was my mom's best friend. My biological mom asked the mom that adopted me if she would care for me. Now, ladies, our grandmother may have taken care of us, our sister, auntie, whoever have taken care of us. And we're like, man, why? And this and that. But let me tell you, when I think back on the reason why, or the reason of my mom, my biological mom giving me up to my adopted mom, I can only be thankful, because I realized that she did what she had to do in that moment, and it was the best. And I didn't get it growing up. I was like, Mom, why you didn't like me? Why you didn't care for me? But I had to understand later on that, hey, she gave me the best of life that she could give me by giving me to someone else. And growing up, I would look at my family and I'd be like, we don't look alike, or we have some similar things, but some things I don't know. Will my family act like this? Because my adopted mom did tell me that I was adopted, and she told me, that she knew my father and my mother. But growing up, it was kind of hard for me to really dissect it. I was young. I heard that I was 2 months old, and I also heard that I was 2 years old. I am just going to say that I was a young child. And so that was the beginning of the first phase of my life. The second is I was molested. I think I was around 9 or so. I know that I was in middle school. Anyhow, I was molested by my mom's, at that time, her husband. It was a very, very dark moments in my life. And I wondered why this had to happen to me. I can remember it so clearly. It was a Super Bowl. And my mom was watching the Super Bowl with us, and she was like, I'm tired, hey, hon, make sure she get to bed. Later on, I was like, oh my goodness, why did she say that? She absolutely did not mean no harm in saying that. So she said, make sure she get to bed. And so we would continue to watch, the Super Bowl. I noticed that his private area was showing. And I said, your private is showing. And it was like, he made a little smirk. And I was like, So at that time, it became fearful, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to run. I didn't know whether to, what to do to get out the room. I was so afraid. So I just kept on looking for a while, and then I noticed his movements. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. I just continued watching in my room. And so he said, okay. He walked me in the room and, like pulled the covers on me and everything. I was like, I'm cool, At that time, I'm like, I'm a big girl. I got it. And so he walked me in the room, and he was, saying, hey, I just want to make sure you got it in bed and everything. I said, I'm in the bed. I'm in the room. I got it. I'm cool. And so at that point, he was just still lingering in my room. I'm like, dude, I can go to bed by myself. I mean, come on. So he just kept on sitting there. And so I was like, I'm going to sleep. And so he left out. He said, okay, he gave me a hug, but I can tell it was a little different hug. So I went to sleep. Well, was trying to go to sleep. And then I like felt something over me. I was like, Lord, please just tell me that I'm dreaming. Just tell me that I'm dreaming. And so I began to, open my eyes, and it was him over top of me, like standing over top of me. I'm like, what are you in my room for? I'm asleep. And he said, I want to make sure you was okay. And so I'm like, okay, I'm fine. You don't have to be in here. I'm fine. He did like touch me some, like, he was supposedly rubbing my back or whatever. It was not a great experience. And then from that day forward, he just felt like he can violate me. So he would come to my room in the middle of the night. Sometimes I will actually be, completely sleeping. He would come in my room, all of a sudden I'm feeling someone, touching me here, there, and this and that. I remember clearly one day my niece was spending the night with us, and he came in there, and I remember she was just so young and she doesn't even remember this story, but he came in, I'm sorry, and she was like, you better get off my aunt, and I know I'm smiling in certain cases, but let me tell you this, I've grown to be okay with it because I've learned from it. So don't take my smiling for really or whatever. No, I've grown up from the situation. Believe me, it's been moments and years and years till I was like in my 20s where it affected me so much, where I didn't even like people who had locks, because he had locks, and I can remember the smell of him, and I could not stand locks. And I end up getting over that because I end up working, selling some perfume and some oils and things of that nature. And it was a beauty salon there that they did natural hair and things of that nature. I end up, looking at locks differently. The way they were styled, the way the sisters, were wearing them, the way the brothers were wearing them. I was like, oh, locks themselves are not bad. It's just him that has some flaws. It's not about the locks. That was another moment. And again, it's very much more detailed. It went on for like at least 3 years. I know that he would come into my room, fumble with me, and do things of that nature. And my mom ended up actually finding him in my room, and she ended up putting him out. So that's how that ended. But that was you talk about B.O.G Within. That was a B.O.G Within moments that I had. Another B.O.G Within moment is of me giving birth to my beautiful daughter. I was 20 when I got pregnant, and I was 21 when I had her. I was at Virginia State University. Shout out to all my VSU crew. I was having the time of my life, just in school, and I, of course, got pregnant. Originally, it was just like, oh my goodness, I'm pregnant. What am I going to do? I knew that I wanted to keep her, so I did. She has blossomed up so much, and I got a chance to, to continue to care for her. She's 18 now, so of course the years has gone by, and but that was a beautiful moment for myself. And of course, it has some of its ups and downs within it, but I enjoy what God has given me, which is a child that I was able to grow with. She has grown with me. I enjoy every moment that I have with her. Another great moment, I'm getting close to my end, but another great moment is when I got married to my husband, Brandon Carswell. We got married on August the 17th, 2002. It was a great moment. It was great in learning more about him. And for myself, it was a moment of when I said I knew, he was going to be my husband. For me, it did not have anything to do with looks. No, I do think that he's a very handsome man. And when I can remember talking to my friends and like, oh, this is the type of man that I want and this and that, I can say that I really got that. It was more to do with the inner peace, that essence, that a person has. And that's what I prayed for as well, because I want to be able to connect with a person. When you have those arguments or when you have those disagreements, honey, a person get real ugly soon. So, so I really wanted someone who their essence was very pure and good, and ultimately we could connect somewhere. And that's how it was and is for my husband. Another great moment, and this is my last moment that I will share with you on today, is with my spiritual teacher, Serene Becho. I am so thankful for being on the path of Mordula, to be a Morid, and to be a Chantakun. A Chantakun is one that gives thanks. I'm so thankful. And here recently, he transitioned. He passed away, and that has been a growing experience for me that I've had to take in very fast and to move forward very fast to say, okay, I can still move on. We're going to still move on. I really enjoy my time that I had with him. My husband got a chance to drive for him when he came in 2011. Now, if you know anything about a spiritual teacher, a sheikh, a guru, even a minister, someone who is reverenced really high, for my husband to be able to have driven for him before and his family, that is something that we take dear and we hold dear to our hearts. And another time is in 2017 when we had got into a car accident. Before he left to go back to Senegal, West Africa, he came to visit our family. Usually you would go and sit with him, to go to wherever he is. And for him to come to us and to have a private moment, I am so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that he was able to, spend the time that he did with us. I did not know that was even going to be the last time that I would be able to see him in his physical body, was in 2017. And now it's, of course, 2019, and it's May that my spiritual guide passed away. And of course, he's still here. His legacy is still living on, but his physical body is not here with us. And so I just want to greatly say that I appreciate him. I appreciate his family, and just ready to keep on moving forward. This episode is all about me sharing a little bit about myself. And, I want you to comment down below about your experiences. What are some of your experiences? Now, I didn't give all bad experiences. I gave some good ones as well. So I want you to comment down below your good experiences and not so good experiences that you have had, in your childhood as well as you right now. And I want you to share them with me, share them with all our B.O.G Within Movement sisters. And I want you to, just let us know how you feel. And we will see you again on next Wednesday. Again, remember to subscribe and to like our videos. Talk with you soon.